Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another video with the hockey coach Guru, Coach FRENCHY for the Hockey Nation Live Show. We are continuing the series of the World Junior Championship 2022. We're going to present another team and another country for this tournament. And today we want to present to you guys the Russia team. I'm going to give you all the information you need to know for the roster, the profile, where they always been those players draft or they are available to be drafted in 2022, or a special player for the team Russia. He's going to be the number one for the draft 2023. So don't go nowhere. I'm going to give you everything you need to know. But before we start, of course, you need to subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show on the YouTube channel and on the Facebook page. And if you enjoyed this video, please click on the like. That will helping us finally tell us what you think about the team Russia and where do you figure the team Russia. Do you think they can win one medal at the World Junior Championship 2022? Let's talking about the team Russia for the World Junior Championship. And we go. This is the roster for the upcoming season, for the upcoming tournament. We have Shevkov over there with Kuznetsov, Michkov. This is the one that's going to be really people are going to pay attention. He's only 16, 17 years old at that moment. So Kushin, you have Tankov, Yorov, another one we need to talk about him a little bit later. Zlodiev, Kuznetsov, Ponomaryov, Chiprikrov. We have Did Koski, Petrov. As a defenseman, we know already Mukan Matulin, Kustanov, Kozavov, Pedaldov. We have Novikov, Chenka. That's another one we'll talk about. And of course, the goaltender, Askarov, one of maybe the best goaltenders in that tournament for sure. So let's talk again about one player. So I want to say for the player is not on the roster. What are you talking about, coach? What I want to mention to you is that Mirosnevchiko, it was one maybe the most player for the upcoming draft in NHL 2022, maybe in the top 5 at some point, at least the top 10. And obviously, Team Russia, for some reason, did not pick him. Some talking about his behavior, some talking about his temper, some talking about his condition. All relate about him, honestly. So it'll be interesting how he's going to come back of this situation, not to be in the roster for the team Russia. So let's move on to the next one. And I'm going to remove myself because you can see about Danila Yorov. Yorov is a member of the right wing for the team Russia, but Yorov is going to be one of the, I believe, the top 10 for the upcoming draft NHL 2022. It may be the best top prospect for that team at that moment, for that roster. So I'm not going to read everything about him. You can pause the video and you can see what kind of player he is. But I'm telling you now, that's the player I'm going to watch for the upcoming tournament for the team Russia. The next one I'm talking about, guys, is the full roster for the team Russia. And each player, guys, you can see some of them was draft. Of course, their star is the goaltender. Askarov was a 10 overall pick in 2021 draft by NHL. He's a big guy, 6'4". He's really didn't have a great tournament last season with Team Russia, but I expect him at 19 years old to be one of their stars. For the defensemen, a couple of players already draft. We talk about Mukan Matulin, we talk about Novikov, and of course Kusanov. 3 players was already drafted in NHL, and they are one of them. Is young, is Novikov. That's one a big guy, 6'4", 2007, shoot on the left, play on the KHL. So that's one I'm going to watching. Also with them. Now we have to talk about the Winnipeg players for the forward. Chimprikov by the Winnipeg Jet. We have also Kuznetsov for the Minnesota Wild. And we have other players. One from Ponomaryov. If you follow the QM, play with Shawinigan 2 years ago. Now back in the VHL, play a couple of games in KHL. We have also a Chemkov for the Nashville Predators, Tamkov for the Pittsburgh, and finally Zediev. So this is the roster for the upcoming. You can see their profile, but I'm going to go a little bit deeper about the profile. What are you talking about, Coach? This is the profile for the next couple of graphics, guys. I'm giving to you. It's all about whether they've been drafted or not. Are they available for the draft for upcoming? And that give you an example. Damon Dove, he is 2000 available. That give you an idea what their profile. If you turn that, so you can read. Take a time to post this video, and that's something I'm going to look about to read about each one of them. So I ask you if you want to do it. That'd be great to know more about the team Russia. That's another one. So I want to talk a little bit about Marat Kunastinov. He's a second round, 37 overall pick by the Minnesota Wild. They have a great draft pick last season. He's a 19 years old, play on the SKA KHL. He's a high motor play as translate of the league, and while he still rely on his speed and perimeter play, his passing skill has allowed him to flourish on offense. Last year's on the World Junior Tournament was not his best, honestly, but he's taking his leap developments in that while a battle with throat injury. His adaptability of playing any offense position is something they're looking for. So that's another player we're going to look. We have Menichenko. Is going to be on the NHL draft 2022. Let's move on to the next one over there. We have also Matveev Michkov. That's the one I'm talking about, guys. Eligible 2023. Him and Connor Bedard, they are the two youngest players on that tournament over there. This may be one of the best players for the Russia for the last 10 years, to be honest with you, behind Ovechkin. We expect a lot about him. He's an unbelievable player. Play already guy on the KHL. So Michkov is someone we have to pay attention for that tournament. I'm going to do this. Obviously, for Miroshnichenko, we talk about him. He did not make roster for Team Russia. And finally, we have the 7th round, 199. Pashin was drafted by the Carolina. Then you can consider like this. When we talk about a little bit about Ponomarev, we talk about possible he come back in the QM, but unfortunately for the Shringan, he decided to stay in Russia. We have Chemkov, first round, 19 overall pick. That's another one you have to pay attention for the team Russia. Solid players, control the puck, great possession, strong playmaking. So stick angling is very good. The one we have to look about him. We have Tankov. Then let's move on to the next one. We have Taniev. We have Tunev. Another player is going to be accessed for the 2022 NHL. What about Danila Yurov? That's what I'm talking about earlier. You have to watch him. Unbelievable players. And I can't wait to see him performing for the team Russia, Yurov. Let's move on to the next one. And we have, we start with the defenseman at the bottom. We have Tadinov for the Russia is a 2022 NHL draft. We have Fedorov, another players access with Grodinov. So they have a young defenseman, if you can see by the age and out access. We have also Kursanov. He's been drafted 3rd round pick by the Kings. We have finally Komistilov, another eligible for the 2022. Kusmin, another one. We have Makarov, but the big one, the returner, maybe he's going to be their quarterback, maybe the best defenseman for me is has Matt Doolin, drafted by the NHL 1st round by the New Jersey Devils, 20 overall pick and 2020. And then we have Tugo, is Nivikarov, the defenseman. He was already drafted. We have Romanov, is right there, and then we have defensemen Savikov and Smirnov. Both of them are eligible for 2022. And finally, this is the goaltender of the Russia. But again, this is going to be only all under Askarov. Maybe, like I said, with Wallstad and Kassa, the best goaltender at that tournament. He was drafted by the Nashville Predators in 2020, 11 overall pick. Have a good tournament last season, but not great. I was expect more from him, but again, really impressive for sure to be one of the big stars for the team Russia for the upcoming tournament. Look, this another team would be impressive. I'm pretty sure not easy to beat the Russia. Can those stars become the best of the game? We'll be going to see what they can do, how they're going to react during that tournament. But I expect, of course, Team Russia to be the top 5 during that tournament. Is it enough to beat Canada? I don't think so. Is it enough to beat USA? I don't think so. But this team can compete with Sweden and Finland at that moment, I believe, for that tournament. So hopefully you enjoyed this video to know more about the players and the roster of the Team Russia for the WJC for the 2022. But before we leave, we invite you, don't forget to subscribe, to like, and of course tell us what you think about Team Russia. And finally, of course, you have greatness inside of you. Thanks again for watching another video with the hockey coach guru called FRENCHY. I wish you an amazing, great, blessing day, everybody. Mes amis, j'espère que vous avez bien aimé la vidéo à propos de l'équipe Russie pour le World Junior Championship en 2022. Et finalement, je vous invite, n'oubliez pas de vous inscrire, vous abonner au channel de Hockey Nation Live Show. Et dites-moi ce que vous pensez de l'équipe de Russie, leurs joueurs. Et finalement, je vous souhaite une très belle journée et on se revoit plus tard pour une autre vidéo avec l'entraîneur, coach FRENCHY.